Yellow, 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 yellow. It is Tuesday night, and you know it's time for Tuga Tuesday. Here we are, Mr. Benfica, Mr. Derek Gomez, the most anxious man in the planet when the sporting club
when it comes to sporting, I'm always anxious. Yes.
Right, make sure that you send them, all right, some heart pills. I don't know, which is ibuprofen or aspirin or something to put it under your tongue every time you're they keep winning, baby. They keep winning. They're still untouched. They're still intact. They're still immaculate. But there's some issues that we're gonna talk, of course, during the weekend and Champions League and the ER and my God, man, we all the fears that Mr. Gomez put it in the air, in the atmosphere. Right, and saying, "Oh man, we got a thin roster. What are we gonna do when the Champions League starts? And we're gonna play three tournaments at once. We don't have enough people. We don't have enough people." Boom.
Those are still real concerns, man.
I know. On the other side of Lisbon, right across the circular, right? They flew to Madeira, only to find out that they cannot see. You know, they just can't see anything. They couldn't play in Madeira. It's a shame.
They could have played in Madeira. They just can't play in Chopana. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The rest of the island's fine.
What about the San Miguel Stadium? Don't forget about that, man. You still gotta go there too. So and in something else, the Ponta Delgada, maybe they got some issues in there too. The Porto boys are not here for another week. It's the same because their team keeps winning and getting better and better every.
They can't break the streak.
I do not think they looked that good the other night.
I know.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion on the game I watched.
All right, guys. This is the roster. We're having issues also here. We got injury guys. We got the guys that I'm not going to mention the details of my Porto boys. We love them, but we miss you guys. We miss you. Hopefully we see you next week. And hopefully this is not just a trick that because your team is winning while you're not coming to the show.
Maybe they don't.
You will have to set that up as a tradition. It's gonna be a problem, right? But we'll see. All right, guys. Torres, Derek Gomez, Mr. Benfica, Mike Agostino. Welcome everybody to the show. Every week we're here. Mr. Benfica, I want to tell you. Give me your 8 seconds, man. Give me your 8 seconds.
Superb through those clouds. It looked like they all had red shirts on. That's about all I could tell.
Unreal, man.
Well, why did the referee even start that match? That's what I wanted to know.
I know, right? You
Yeah.
got there and you're like, guys, we cannot play here. We just can't play here. Period. It
was clear all day until they started warming up. It was clear all day. The people that were there said it was clear all day. But the fog rolls in at like the same time every day, and the league schedules the match right for that time. So
perfect. Yeah.
Man, unlucky.
Yeah,
Mr. Gomez,
have that game hanging around.
Yeah. I call your team's game. In what was I going to say? Is they look mortals now, man. They don't look almighty. They don't, but still winning. Mr. Gomez, give me 30 seconds on your Lions, man.
What I want to say is holy low block. They played with a back six. They played with 4 center backs.
I know.
It was just park the bus. They went in there knowing they were going to lose, and they just didn't want to lose bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if I agree with that mentality, because at the end of the day, what keeps you up is points. And that game, in my opinion, they just surrendered the points, at the opening whistle. We're not going to win, but we're going to lose, but we're not going to lose big. That's what I was able to take away from the game. We saw throughout the entire game. They maintained that back six, I think, from all the way to the 90th minute, even when they were losing. Yeah. We saw that. Again, I'm not really into the stats, but when I see a statistic like we're talking about 80 plus minutes, and Sporting had 78% possession. So what does that tell me? I mean, if I see that, I'm worried because I'm thinking that the opposing team has a lead and they're trying to hang on to it, or it's tied and they're trying to hang on to it. Sporting scored that first goal in the 38th minute, so this was still in the first half. And they still did not come out of their shell until I think the 85th minute. Yeah. I mean, even I liked how you mentioned in the commentary when you were calling the game that, what is the point of this? Why are you attacking now? It's over.
Yeah, I know.
Like this, it made no sense to all of a sudden come out of your shell in the 85th minute when when the game was done. So
yeah,
I mean, they like I said, they played with four.
That's what they were waiting for, the odd chance. Yeah, they were waiting to get that odd chance as late as possible. Yeah,
I guess. I mean, they played with the four center backs. So Sporting was having a tough time with the crosses because they were being blocked because there was so many men in the box. So they played small within the channels. Quick passes. That's what led to the first goal. The quick combination. Trincão was able to use his some of his magic, and then he crossed the ball back, and then Trincão and then Bragança scored. And in the second half, I think it was actually a good idea to take Harder out and put in Pat Morita, because Pat Morita is better at the combinations. So I think Sporting were a little bit more they're a little bit more dangerous in the second half. So I liked the second half more than I liked the first half, but I mean, it was tough when you had that many men defending. They played with an extremely low block. The back six and then like the three midfielders right in front of them. So you're really playing with a small bus and then a giant bus. Blocking the way. But I mean, overall, I think Sporting just did what they had to do. They won. I think it was a convincing win. Every time they attentively started a counterattack, it was kind of funny. I mean, you'd have one guy going up against 6 Sporting defenders. That was their counter. It was just. I mean, that was their.
You heard me say that. You heard me say that. 1v6 is not going to work, baby.
Yeah, they conceded the game. I mean, it was just right off the bat. They just the points are yours, but we're not going to give.
They protected their goal difference. Really, that's really
that's all they did.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to see it again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we talked about this at the beginning of the season too, where there's sort of this like Mike Tyson effect when teams go into the Alvalade, where they're okay with losing, they just don't want to lose big.
Right.
And I think this was a perfect example of that. That's what I can take away from this game. Yeah.
No, but it's a run.
The Berlin Wall.
Berlin Wall. That game was Sporting almost got us 1 or 2 counterattacks, but they were just sitting there the whole time. Yeah,
they're hoping for a set piece probably late. They're probably hoping to get a set piece late and steal something at the very end.
It was funny because they almost scored the first 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. Actually, I thought it was their that's Benson. I thought that was their best player that night. I think he was the one that tried. That's the most I can say. At least he tried. He did show some fight. Cassiano was a complete non-factor. He wasn't able to hold up the ball and let his teammates come up. So he was totally neutralized. Lelo too. He just hung back.
Lelo,
it was just I mean, again, they only had 20% possession, so I mean, there's just
not much you can do with that.
There's not much you can do with that. So yeah, I mean, you take the 3 points. They're the first team this century in the Portuguese league to win their first 8 games. So it's a great accomplishment. I think they won their last 4 games of the season last year, so it's 12 wins in a row. We just keep on rolling. But I mean, we talked about this last show, and I was really curious to see, if Victor could break out of this like mini slump, and he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't. I thought he was going to do it at this game. Honestly, I thought he was going to. He
was a total non-factor.
Kill it, but it was.
That's when he has a tough time. Those low blocks give him problems. They've given him problems in the past, and this past Saturday was not an exception. Again, he has a tough time with those low blocks.
Right now, Mikey, I'm gonna put it, this goes to you, right? But this is not gonna go away.
No.
This low block that
it's gonna get better.
Everybody gonna defend with 6 against Sporting. You know the rule, baby.
Yeah.
If we put 6 on there, Gyökeres cannot score. Oh yeah, we got the solution.
Make someone else score. That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I agree. Totally.
Let me see who they play next after this.
We got a long way until the next league game.
Yeah, because we got
because you got the Taça.
Then we got Fama. I mean,
you got Fama next.
Oh, you going to Fama?
The streak ends. I'm telling you right now. Don't call me. Don't go and call me Nostradamus when it happens. The streak ends. Yeah. I think it's going to be. I don't think we're going to lose. It's going to be a draw. But I mean, I think that. I think the streak ends there because Fama is going to have tons of time to prepare for this, and they're going to be ready. And that is a tough place to play.
All right, boys. So just one quick second here. Please, everybody, say hi to my aunt. She's there. She's
hi.
Hi, Tia.
Yeah.
She's watching. She because I got the other podcast in Spanish, right? She's always complaining. Why didn't you say hi to me right away? Because I'm talking. I can't say hi right away. I'm talking something else. Here she is. She's so nice. She's so cool. But yeah, I mean, I forgot about it. The 26 is 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? Why there's a 2-week break?
I hate when they do that.
Because they come back from the international break into the third round.
Yeah, I know. They come into the Taça. I mean,
they do that all the time too, and it drives me nuts.
It actually helps because the guys in South America don't even make it back sometimes for these games. So.
Oh yeah,
And then you have Europe the next midweek, so it actually works out.
Yeah, it works out for Sporting because there's so many guys that are injured.
And someone's going to have to play on a Friday night, and you're not going to have everybody on a Friday. So,
yeah, I know. Talking about the so I'm going to go back a little in a second to Sporting, okay? But we're gonna talk this out. But Mauricio Ruano sent us the other day, and we're going to talk about Porto.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
and we're gonna, of course, we listen to our followers, especially Mauricio, who's you know why I like Mauricio? Because this is a guy that watches every game. You know, if I'm calling I don't know, Santa Clara versus Giulio Santi,
you can count on that guy.
He's there. Yeah,
he's always there.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Where do you go? 14. I'm trying to find the thing that he sent us. Can we stop for a second? No,
it's on Twitter, right?
Yeah,
I remember seeing.
This is Moreirense, Santa Clara. You see, talking about Moreirense. Where do you go? I lost it. She says, Mikey, you find it? No.
I'm looking.
Where do you go? It's gone. But now the again, what's going on with the calls? What's going on with the calls? I'm not gonna say this, okay, because people's gonna tell me, it's the Portuguese league. You know,
I don't want to be a devil's advocate.
They get away with it. I know, but the thing is, I've been calling the league since 2019, and I had never seen anything like this so consistent. All right, on the weekly basis, every single week, we got to talk about a controversy about Porto. There's either a red card or a penalty or something that is leaning us to think that something is cooking in there. Why? Why is this? So that penalty, Derek, that penalty against Galeno, was that a penalty for you?
No, that was. I mean, highly controversial.
I mean, basically just.
You get the sense that he provoked the contact, which he does a lot. What
is he looking for? I can get it.
That particular player is always looking for contact.
Of course, and he's not made Taremi, right? But
yeah. I mean, he's taken over his side gig of selling penalties. Yeah,
I know, and this is penalty number 4 for Galeno, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
I think so. It's 4.
It's 6 goals, but I want to see how many penalties. 4 penalties.
Yeah,
4 penalties, 6 goals, 4 penalties.
I can't find that particular tweet, but
you can't find it.
No.
Let me see.
I know he tagged us in it. I remember reading it.
He did tag us in it. Yeah.
And,
I mean, again, I watched.
I think Derek, you even commented.
I mean, I watched the game closely.
Mm-hmm.
The Braga game. And yeah, there are just some call. I mean, again, they go by the wayside. There was, I think it was Victor C who won the ball deep in the Porto zone. He was on his way to the box and he gets fouled. That's a yellow. And nothing. I know. And it's like these little things that happen in the games. You don't give a yellow here. You don't give a yellow here. You give a yellow to a Braga guy. And at the end, there's consequences for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were just certain calls there that were obvious yellows, and nothing just went on to the next play. I mean, I noticed that. I mean, against Pinedo, Pinedo does have a reputation. I mean, he's the guy that gave. He was the guy that gave. He gave Seba Coates a yellow card for Taremi stepping on his foot.
Mm-hmm.
That controversial game. And again, it was the yellow that, I mean, obviously it was absurd because the yellow should have got to Taremi because Taremi's the one who stepped on Seba's foot. But then in the second half, Seba got a second yellow. And then Sporting were playing with 10 men.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Mauricio. It wasn't you. It was Nico. It was
Nico.
Oh, okay.
Nico.
Yeah.
Nico. Yeah. I was looking for Mauricio. It was not. It was Nico Joey. Nico's a funny guy, right? Because he's crazy because every time he has his wine going when he watches.
Oh yeah, he's throwing his wine.
He has his wine going. He's like, I don't know how many glasses of wine I'm having right now, but he starts going on the charts. I know he's going crazy. All right, he got like so many glasses now, right? But the other day he sent a picture of a Chianti, just a very nice one that I like. All right, I found what Nick Joey said. For Tuga Tuesday, last time Porto saw Red Knob playing against Benfica. Joe Mario on a yellow from the 19th, fouling on the 30th and the 47th. I can say that I will have filed for Braga, he says.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... I'm just going to speak on that game, the Braga game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were just there. I mean, I think I can, off the top of my head, I remember 3 fouls where I was just shocked that there was nothing. There was no yellow, nothing. Sometimes when you see something and you look, oh, that's a clear yellow. You're waiting for the yellow card, and they just kept on playing it.
What was that? Was that the last? Was the last season? That about that tackle that was a penalty. I mean, there was it was in the Clásico, right? Who remember, Mikey?
What, the red card?
It was a Porto red card.
Yeah,
right?
That was at the Stadio de Luz. That was
Fabio Cardoso.
Cardoso, right? The tackle, slide tackles,
and then he brought his leg up to
catch his leg up, and he would have been in. He would have been in by himself. Right. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, so the red was warranted.
Yeah.
So it was, and I think I posted that was not a red.
Yeah, my dad was mad at you that day, and he texted me and said, "Hey, your friend needs to learn the rules."
And it was incredible because I posted that was not a red. Period. My God, man, I got loads of comments, and that's the only day I think I got that many bad comments against me. Man.
Yeah, it doesn't get much hotter than Benfica and Porto when those two get hotly contested. Yeah.
Unreal, guys. And now we're going to stop for a second here. I said stop for a second when I saw this guy performing. I want to get off of the big 3, big 4 for a couple of seconds here because I gotta say this Scania Fujimoto, baby. Kanya Fujimoto. He is having a monster season for Gil Vicente. Monster season for Gil Vicente. He's the second leading striker in the tournament. He's almost involved in every possible offensive action for Gil Vicente. And in the years, the previous seasons, because of Fran Navarro being the spectacular striker, he was kind of like going under the radar. But he was one of the best players for Gil Vicente. And now he is the absolute best player for Gil Vicente, the main guy. And I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy. Did you guys watching any of his goals, any of his performances?
I mean, I've seen him a little bit, but he's good. I mean, he's one of the guys I like to see play. And I mean, he's on fire. 5 goals, 2 assists this season. So I mean, when you can do that at Gil Vicente, that's saying something, because Gil Vicente right now have a total of 10 goals, and he's involved in 7 of them. So
and they won, right? They won last time around. They did, right? I think
they did. Yeah, they won 3-0.
Yeah, you see, remember, guys, you gotta check the previous episode when I said that they were gonna win and Fujimoto was gonna be on the board. Yes.
They're a dead team walking. They're dead on arrival. Those guys, they're dead.
Unreal.
They're going down. They're going down.
I mean,
after all that investment, they're going down.
It's 2. I mean, 2 of the 3 will go. I mean, maybe all 3 will go down, but
they may. In a playoff.
And Estrela Madura. I got my eye on those 3.
The last couple seasons, the second division team has won the playoffs. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And Estrella Nacional and Farense, right there at the bottom.
Yeah, right now it's those 3.
And
but I think Boavista will find their way down there.
They will. I cannot believe they came back.
And they're not gonna say they're gonna be safe again. They're not gonna be safe again. It's unreal. Every time in the last 3-4 seasons, in the last 2 weeks, something happens, and they're safe. They're safe. I don't think it's gonna happen this season, man. I don't think it's gonna happen this season.
I still can't believe they came back from 2-0 down.
I know.
That is just,
but 2 penalties, right?
Yeah, that's a massive.
I know. I was watching and I was, what's happening here with Boavista? They came back. They pulled back. But back to Mr. Derek Gomez team for a second, okay?
Yeah.
I know it was a low block. I know they almost put the equipment manager on the pitch to defend for Casapia. But you can't deny this, right? Teams like Sporting, with the firepower that they have, they should manage the way to get through the cones and find their way in. But for some reason, you know what I saw from Sporting in that game? They're not up. Their pace is not that dominating anymore. You know, I think I agree.
They played a lot of matches.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with you. Thinking back at those first 3-4 weeks, it was amazing. They were going in there. They were just going in there at like 100 miles an hour. You got this. They were just blowing you away. So you saw that pace, that intensity, that fire that they were coming out with. They were just blowing teams away. Right from the get-go. And then they just kept on going. I can think of one game. When they went to Nacional, thank God we got that Nacional game out of the way. When the weather was still okay. But yeah, I just it was the 6-1 game. But you notice in those last 20 minutes, they kept on going wave after wave of attack. And that was characteristic of Sporting, that first stage of the season where it was just wave, winning the ball back right away, just wave and wave and wave attack. They were just really just bludgeoning these opponents to the point where towards the end the opponent was just flailing, just trying to get the hell out of there. And you're seeing over the last few weeks now that there's a drop in intensity. They're not getting into those channels fast enough. I mean, I think a lot of it does have to do though with injuries, particularly to Porto, who was, an important piece in those first few games. He was off to off to like an amazing start this season. So not having him around, is affecting it. The fact that they are playing a lot of games, that's also affecting it. In my opinion, they're still trying to figure out how to play without Porte. I've noticed that. Ruben's tried a bunch of different things. He's tried, pushing up Jenny Katamo. That did not work. He used Maxi as a left winger in one game. Didn't like it. And yeah, in this last game, he kept him as a wing back because I think that's his more natural position. He's tried Harder a couple of times. Harder's not a true winger. He's a striker. So I know in Eindhoven we took Jenny out and put Bragança in. So Bragança was playing higher up the pitch. Mm-hmm. He did something similar in this last game when he took out Harder and he put Morita. So this goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the season. You have a thin team. So now you're looking. So when guys go down, you have to get creative and you start looking at different solutions. But by doing this, you're not generating any type of like continuity. It affects chemistry, and the result is on the pitch. Again, they're winning all their games. They're 8-0. So we, despite the injuries, we're still getting points. But some of the shine has gone away though. It's not as like just brilliant as it was at the beginning of the season. We'll see though. I mean, this whole international break coupled with the Taça de Portugal, this essentially will help us hit the reset button. And we'll see, how Sporting comes out.
It's a blessing for you guys.
But yeah, I mean, you can be like, the most ardent Sporting fan. I mean, but you can see it. I mean, this isn't as spectacular as it was at the beginning of the season, though. We're at the end of the day, it's 8 games, 8 wins,
and it's only the first quarter. Huh?
But but yeah, I mean, and I've been talking about this the last couple of times on Tuga Tuesday, where it's just it's not as spectacular, it's not as exciting, and hopefully we can come back to that. There's always peaks and troughs. So
yeah,
I do think we're still going to see some spectacular football out of Sporting, coming in the coming months.
Now, Mike, you look at my aunt, man. Maybe you like my aunt now.
I love that comment. Yeah.
Oh, what's that? All right.
I think it's everybody's favorite.
That's good. All right, Mauricio. What's Mauricio saying here? The bright spot with Pochi out has been the emergence of Bragança. Yes, looks like he's back from that nasty leg injury 2 years ago. Sporting just needs to get healthy. And I said that at the beginning of the season that I love to see Danny Bragança because he is just such an elegant player, man. That's why I call him the Prince of Lisbon.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just so clever and so precise too. And I forgot that he put it on the pitch in Eindhoven. I forgot that. That was when I saw Pat Morita. I forgot that they
did the same thing. The same exact thing the game before. Yeah,
same thing. And it's just but the good part here, the positive here, is that it's working. It's working. But I was really amazed by the offensive skills of Pat Morita, man. I was impressed. I was really impressed because when I saw the first substitution, you hear me like, "What? What are you doing?"
I mean, you really should have scored. That was the ball up in the air, and he was 1v1, and he kicked it right at the keeper. But I mean, he should have scored. Yeah, he was getting into good positions. And he does that. I've seen in games, games past, time from time, when he does get up the pitch, he's very sneaky. And he has scored some goals that way.
Yes.
He's very sneaky like that. He does. He does have. He's pretty sound technically. But I mean, he's just and he scored a couple of weeks ago. I think I forgot who was against. I think it was a 3-0 match. I think he scored against. I think it could have been a Roca. But again, he just he shows up in the box, and he gets into good positions, and he'll finish some goals, and he gets opportunities. So this isn't anything new for him. But yeah, again, I mean, but do I want Pat Morita playing in the front three? I don't.
No, of course not.
We're just in this position. The whole thing that sucked was, I mean, I talked about this too, where I think like Marcus Edwards is sort of being marginalized at the beginning of the season. He really wasn't getting many minutes, and it just sucked that he went down at the same exact time as Porte did, because I do think that with Porte being out, Marcus would have had more opportunities. We would have been able to get into these games, build consistency, try to regain his form. But unfortunately, he got hurt at the same exact time, and it looks like he's going to come back at the same exact time too. So it'll probably be again. I didn't like how he was using. I don't like how he's been using Marcus. I've always been a Marcus Edwards fan. I've always said this. I always thought he was more talented. I think at the heart of it, he's more talented than Trincão. But I mean, I do feel that he has been marginalized on this team this season. Even when he was healthy, he wasn't really.
He's back, right? You say he's back today, right? He's back in training today.
Yeah,
right?
but yeah, he's back in training today, so he'll be ready for for Portimonense.
Mikey, what is this team? Is it Pevidem?
Pevidem, fourth division. Fourth division. Yeah. I think the games are going to be at Moreira de Cónegos, though, because their stadium, their president doesn't want to play it at their stadium for different reasons. He wants to make money, so.
Of course.
Understandable.
But Moreira de Cónegos, that's not a big stadium either, man.
No, but it's got the regulations, and there was talk that the stadium wasn't even of regulations. I don't know. But
it's probably under 10K.
Oh yeah, way under. It's probably under 3. It's probably under 2K. To be honest, it's tiny. The towns up there are very
high
small.
School stadium,
yeah.
Unreal. And so you expect like maybe 5, 6. I don't know how many.
Depends who plays, and again, there's Feyenoord a few days later. So
Yes, I'm looking at that too.
So I think he's going to manage. We'll see what kind of shape these guys come back from international duty in, and how many actually play in that game. But they're not. It's not going to be easy because they're going to play in low blocks like always. And these games, they turn out to be. Typically you get the job done, but it ends up being more difficult than expected most of the time.
Yeah,
especially on the road.
You're absolutely right.
You're playing against guys that this is the game of their lives. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you think you're gonna go in there and win 8-9-0, but then
it doesn't happen.
You win 1-0 or 2-0. That's the reality of it. Yeah, it's true.
You know what I see a lot of those games, that's one-sided games in the Dutch Cup, because we also got the Dutch Cup in TV. I got a couple of games. It was like 9-2, 8-1, something like that, 7-3. Yeah. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Yeah. But the fun part is that they put up a fight for like a good 60 minutes, and then the big games like boom.
Well, the fitness kicks in.
The fitness thing, they don't have an adequate bench.
Right, and a lot of times in those levels they don't train every day. They train a couple times a week, and they have jobs during that. It's a whole different.
It's tough.
Whole different animal. But yeah, this is what the cup is about, though. It's these kind of games, and this is when it's fun.
The spirit of the cup. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the spirit of the cup. So I'm glad that it's away in these rounds, and that these towns get the opportunity. They get to bring the big teams in once a season. So,
hey guys, I'm just looking at the standings here. There are 3 teams that they're do or die. Well, in this case, Sporting is only doing everything because they're having right. So it's all about doing. Porto, no draws. And you know who else doesn't have any draws? Doesn't take any prisoners? Santa Clara, baby.
Yeah.
Santa Clara, number 4. They lost, but to Moreirense and the visit to Moreira de Cónegos. But
I call
Santa Clara is keeping up, huh? I think they're gonna be in that. I'm not gonna say 4. I don't think they're gonna be ahead of Vitória Guimarães, Braga, and Famalicão at the end of the season. But I don't think they're gonna drop further than 7th place in the competition. What do you guys think? Am I delusional thinking
they're
that?
definitely looking like a top 8, top 10, maybe top.
Yeah, I can see
7th, 6th place contender for sure. We'll see who in January if their players don't get picked off by other teams, because that's what happens sometimes. These teams get a good start, and in comes other clubs, and there go 2 or 3 key guys, and everything changes.
Yeah, in December, right? And then, January.
Yeah, in January.
What was I going to say? All right. So, how is the Carlos Carvajal? It's Carvajal, right?
Carvajal, yeah.
Carvajal, rival in the second. It's the second time that he trains Porto.
Third,
right?
At least it's third. Okay, I knew it was at least
third, right? I think it's third, right?
It's third time with Braga.
Yeah.
His third stint with Braga.
Yeah.
In an operation that
even coached Sporting for a little bit.
He did.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
Really? What was that?
Yeah. I think that was during the season where we had 4 coaches. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was one of the.
It was a typical Sporting season that I've been.
He was announced. Wasn't he announced like on a web stream? I think
I
remember
something funky.
It was
like
a real
that.
pixelated web stream that he was introduced. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like understood that like you're gonna coach us, but you're not gonna be here next year. You know that.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts about the Carvajal's Braga on this campaign? All right, this is what I'm gonna say. Okay, I'm not gonna blame him that much, but I'm gonna say that players that usually are the upper performers, like the Braga brothers, the
Ortiz, yep.
They're not up there. I mean, when you got players like this, who are key players on key positions that they're not performing, I'm not going to say, the coach is doing no bad, the coach should be fired. No. I mean, you got to put that in perspective too, because you don't have your eight players doing 8 type of games every week. Guys, what do you think? Mikey, go.
He has not completed an entire season more than like twice in his career, Carvajal. I'm looking at it right now. Listen, he entered.
Drop that.
He takes over Sporting in November 2009. He's gone in June 2010. Goes to Besiktas in August. Okay, he finished that. He did an entire season with Besiktas, August 2011 to April 2012. Besiktas, he joins in May. He's sacked in November. Sheffield Wednesday, 2 full seasons. Swansea City, a full December to May. A full season at Rio Ave. Okay, and then he has his 2 seasons at Braga. Then he goes to wherever this was, El Wada. It was 3 months, I think. Celta Vigo, November to June. And then Olympiacos, December to February.
Wow.
And now, August to now at Braga, and these results are not this is not where Braga is supposed to be. They have invested a lot, and I think they made a big mistake, obviously, in perhaps in selecting Daniel Souza to begin with. If they didn't want him, they shouldn't have signed him.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't have wanted him if they sacked him that quickly. Okay. And bringing Carvajal in, that's almost a no-win situation for him, because he's coming in. I don't remember even, what was it, 1 or 2 games that Souza was in charge for, and he came right in, and it's not gotten, it's not been good, and suddenly it's making, and Braga's president has been very good for a very long time, but this looks like this was a decision made out of friendship and not necessarily out of what's best for the team.
Much logic.
There doesn't seem to be much logic. He came in and it just has not been good. They've invested a lot in this team, and I mean, they got smashed by Olympiacos last week.
Yeah,
that was
They were loaning Andrea Horta to Olympiacos last season, and there's no way he plays on that team right now in the form he's in. It's like It's just everything is going in the wrong direction for them. I mean, this is just a strange start to the season for them. They're just indecision, and it's I don't know what they were thinking.
They've sort of self-destructed. Yeah.
What's your take on this? What's your take on this, Derek? And then we go with Maurice's comment.
Yeah. Blame. Yeah, of course you blame the president. I mean, the president is the one to blame here. This does not cover y'all. I mean,
right?
No, he was put in a bad situation.
I mean, one thing I will say one thing though. I think that they should be very encouraged by this last game. I mean, I thought those first 20 minutes were not good. I mean, the first 20 minutes, it did look like Porto was going to run away with it. They had two clear-cut chances to score, but after that, Braga did grow into the game, and that penalty in the first half was right after Braga had their best chance in the first half. And then in the second half, that Roger Fernandes goal was sensational, and they tied the game, and they were on a high, and that's when Porto scored the 2-1. So in both cases, the Porto scored when Braga was doing well, and then the rest of the way, that second half, it was all Braga. I mean, you look at the statistics. I think they outshot them, like it was 18-7.
I'm looking right now.
I mean, in my watching the game, I was really surprised by how well Braga played.
18-7, in shots.
I was really surprised by how well they played. I know that they didn't get the result, but I think that this is something that it was encouraging, especially. I didn't see that coming after they got destroyed in Greece.
Yeah,
I thought that this was going to be this had the potential to really be sort of like a downward spiral, but they really grew into that game against Porto, and I mean, in my opinion, they were the best team that day. They just didn't get the result. So I mean, even though it was a loss, I think it's something to build on. And we'll see. They know Salazar is hurt; he's coming back. João Moutinho is hurt; he's coming back. I mean, I think that they showed me, in my opinion, my humble opinion, they showed me that they are truly the fourth best team in this league. And I do think when the smoke clears, that's where they're going to be. They have the roster to do it. And I think they can give Benfica, Sporting, or Porto. They show that they did with Porto. They can give you a hard time on any given day.
On the day. Absolutely.
Any given day, they can give you a hard time. So and in my opinion, they are the threat outside the big three.
They just lack the consistency to keep contact with the three in front. That's the problem.
Because they can go and lose to Ferenc or whatever. I mean, it's anything's possible with them.
Yes.
But the potential is there to be a threat to anybody in the league.
And I forgot that they signed Rafik Gitane. Oh, look at that.
They did. Yeah, he came in at the end of the game. Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. I love Rafik, man. He's just a talented player, man. I love him, man. And the kid Fernandes, man.
Yeah,
Roger Fernandes. How old is this kid? I don't know. Let me check.
He's 18.
18. He's 18.
Yeah.
He's going to turn 19 in November. One of the best prospects for Portuguese soccer, man. I mean, we were going over. Because I was calling that game. I don't know what game I was calling. That the number of under 20, no under 23, under 20, 20,
absolutely.
That they're playing every week. In the Premier League now, every week, and we're not talking about he's getting some minutes. No, they're playing every week on the consistent basis.
Yeah,
and they're performing, and that is remarkable. That's props to all the academies and across the country, because when you have that many young players ready for the competition, is that you're doing a good one. You're doing your job in the academy, because you prepare them for this. You prepare them for them to have a long career, and prepare them for the all professional duties. Not just playing soccer, but to be a professional player, and to assume these roles, and not failing, and not shaking, and not choking. Most important, they're not joking. These kids are coming out with character to the pitch, and I like it. And that kid from who entered for Porto not this week, the last week, Mora.
Yeah.
It was only a flashes, right? Only flashes, like 10 minutes he played. But you can see a baller. I mean, when you see a baller, you see a baller.
Exactly.
All right? You don't need, the 1,500 games. No. You know that guy can play.
Yeah.
You know that guy can play. Mauricio Ruano, what do you say, boy? He says, I don't know why Braga let the goal scorer like Banza leave on a loan with the firepower he gave them last year. Banza was second to Gyökeres this year. Yes. Money calls, buddy. Money calls.
That's it. They have a better chance to sell him if he's in a bigger league. I mean, where did he go anyway, Banza?
That's what I was. Can you check, Mike? Because
that's what I'm checking right now.
Yeah, check that out.
I forgot where to go because
I saw that. Now.
Oh, he's in Turkey. Trabzonspor.
How much they pay for him? 20?
It's a loan.
He's on loan.
On a loan. You didn't sell him.
Probably
more than it was more than.
No way.
They probably paid a decent loan fee.
Yeah, I think there was more than meets the eye on that thing.
Most likely.
Yeah.
There could be a good buy option at the end of the loan, or even an obligation.
Yeah, because they probably saw what happened the year before, right? When he started so hot, and then he went cold for like 4 months. So
he's got four starts and 3 goals this season in Turkey.
I mean, he can score.
Yes,
there's no doubt about it. He can score.
Yeah.
Yes, he can. And my boy, what's this guy's name? Capitan Arepas from Family Cow. He left. I forgot his name. The dude with the afro in Family Cow. I forgot.
Fabio Martins, right?
Fabio Martins.
Yeah. No. The last one, the Venezuelan guy from last season.
Yonder.
Yonder Cadiz. Yeah, he's in Mexico.
Guys, we're laughing all every time that I say he's going to Family Cow's going to win. He's going to score. Yonder guys was going to score. I think Mike, where did he go? Can you
Leon.
Check?
He went to Leon in
Mexico,
Liga
right?
MX.
Liga MX, yes, Liga MX.
5 goals in 8 matches so far.
Yeah, and it was lighting up Liga MX is Paulinho, right?
Yes, he is. Yes.
He's walking it out, baby.
Good for him.
He's gonna score. Just Mikey, how many goals he has already, man?
Paulinho
in the Liga MX.
Let me see.
Tons. Yeah, I think he's leading. I think he's leading the tournament, man. I don't know.
He might be. He might be.
How many goals he has?
He was at one point. I don't know if he still is, but he was at one point.
I don't know why.
7 goals.
Is how many?
7 goals and 5 assists.
Look at that.
Matches. Yep.
And what? 13 games or so?
11 matches.
Yep.
That he's missed 3.
Yeah.
It's unreal. That guy.
They're third,
like I said this at the beginning of the season too. I think he's
top of.
He found his niche with Sporting last year. I mean, that was my favorite version of Paulinho last year, coming in as like a second fiddle to Gyökeres, and he was very effective. I mean, I think he had 21 goals in all competitions.
He leads goals and he leads assists in Liga MX. He's also top in assists with 5.
But I mean, he wanted to start every game.
Yeah,
that's why he.
So he had to go where he can do that.
Where he can start every game.
Yeah.
Look at Mauricio said that the Liga MX called Paulinho the best free agent signing this year.
Oh, that's our boy.
By far.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
By no mile.
I know. I'm happy.
Watch that often. Probably almost never.
Yeah. I watch it almost every Saturday.
I hate the Liga MX. I'm sorry.
I watch it almost every weekend. So
you watch it, right, Mikey? You watch it, right?
I do. Yeah, I do.
I don't know.
I think they might win it. Toluca could win it this tournament.
Oh, okay.
This Apertura.
Yeah.
The thing with the Liga MX is that there's no relegation, there's no promotion.
No, it's closed.
I mean, they feel like they're the Major League Baseball, but what is this, man?
Yeah, they're copying the American model and applying it to their league. But for years they had it, and teams were just selling their license, kind of like how AVS got promoted. So
Oh yes.
AVS bought Villafranquense's license and then won one more promotion on their own. So they were having the same problem. They ended it, but.
And we you know, in my first season with Gold TV, we got the Liga Dos, so the second division of Mexican Liga Ascension. Yes.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare, man. It was a nightmare because I didn't get the info.
Yeah.
Right. I gotta dive in and like look for it. And it was nothing was professional about that league. I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
no.
It was a mess. And then they sent me the names like 3 minutes before. I don't know how I did it, man, but I did it. I did it. I did it. And on top of that, it's a Pacific time.
That's the problem with Liga MX.
So I got call against midnight. Almost
that's
every
the problem
with
that league. Yeah, I know.
I call it at midnight, brother.
Yeah,
I was coming home at 2:30 in the morning, man. Hey, you know, it was my rookie season, so I gotta do.
Pay your dues, right?
I gotta pay my dues, brother. It was insane, but it was insane. It was fun. It was fun, especially the names of the teams, man.
Dorados, Cafeteros.
Las Jaivas Bravas de Tampico.
Yeah.
It's just unreal. Anyway, guys. All right, guys. What do you got next? We'll have another round 9 until a freaking couple of weeks. What are we gonna do, Mikey? What are we gonna do, man? It's just too long.
International break. Yuck.
Yeah.
And so who Portugal's play? Do you know who plays?
I kind of check out at this point. I come back.
I don't even.
I kind of check out, to be honest. I think they're playing Nations League, so it'll be decent games. But they play Poland on Friday. It's on my DVR. I saw it earlier. Poland on Friday.
Okay, Poland.
They play Poland
on Friday. Yeah, it's on my DVR to record. But
no, we Peru. We play what I call, it's not the last dance, but it's the last chance for us. Even though we got many more games to play yet.
Yeah.
But let me tell you guys where we at in this thing, man. Because where do you go? Where's my Commonwealth qualifiers standings? All right, 10 teams after 8 rounds. We're dead last with 3 points.
I thought you were in the bottom.
It's over.
No wins.
It's over.
No wins.
Yeah.
And this supposed to be the most attainable and affordable and easy way to qualify, because there's 7 teams that qualify.
Yeah. 6 automatic and one
straight, 6 straight, and the
one goes to a tournament,
to a playoff.
Yeah, there's a final 4.
We're not even there in the 7th place, brother.
Oh man,
the 7th place looks like freaking 500 miles away from us. And now, on top of that, the problem is that Bolivia, they started to win. Bolivia never wins, brother.
And they're awful all the time.
My God. And they went away. They went to Santiago, Chile, and they won in Santiago. That was just, what?
What the hell? Bolivia hasn't been good since Irvin Sanchez, man.
And Marco Echeverri.
Yes, Santiago, Echeverri, 1994. That was
Jaime Moreno.
Bolivian team. I want to tell you this. So now Bolivia, they got this new location, right? This new location, because they're not happy that La Paz is high enough.
They went higher.
They went higher.
Oh my goodness,
Mikey, look it up.
People not be able to breathe.
El Alto is El Alto altitude. Tell me in a freaking what is this on feet, because I don't know in feet. I know in meters, but I don't know.
Hold on, I'll tell you. It's coming up. 13,615 feet.
How much?
13,650 feet.
Like 2.5 miles up.
4,300 meters.
13,000, man.
How can anybody breathe?
So they were not happy about it. Let's go up a notch.
Yeah.
Let's go up a notch, buddy.
I mean, if you train at those altitudes,
yeah, exactly.
You play at sea level, you're going to be in such fantastic shape.
It's unbelievable, man. And now, of course, everybody's complaining now because we know to gotta go to La Paz. Everybody knows, we gotta go to La Paz. But now we gotta go to El Alto. It's 1,000 feet. I think it's 1,000 feet higher. Mikey, how much is the La Paz?
Let me see what La Paz is. Hold on. La Paz is
12 something. I think it's 12 something, right?
Where is it? Let me do it the old-fashioned way. Hold on. La Paz altitude. La Paz is 11,942 feet, just under 12,000.
Yeah, 2,000.
It's almost 2,000 feet higher.
Oh my goodness, damn.
2,000, and of course, Mauricio, my boy Mauricio.
Yes, I saw that.
I was watching some of that too.
Yeah.
I call the Clásico in Uruguay. And of course, I gotta say it. I gotta go nuts with El Capitán. El Capitán, who's not the captain, by the way. He's not the captain nacional. He's Polenta, but I was calling the game when he scored. I made the references, right? All those late goals.
Yeah.
Sporting. The one that especially remember is the one that one against Gil Vicente.
Of course, everyone remembers that one. Yeah.
That one is.
Yeah.
That's
right at the end, man. Yeah.
It was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But that guy called out. How many games? This is the oldest Clásico outside of the UK.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This was the Clásico number 570.
I heard you. Yeah, I heard that.
570, bro.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I know there's always, the stats, all the historians and all that. And of course, there's Nacional says that they only count the games starting in 1914 because that's when Peñarol got their name as Peñarol. Mm-hmm. But they only changed their name. They were still the same team, brother.
Yeah.
So Peñarol counts from the 1990s, May 25th.
I think I was reading they were founded in 1878. They were part of like a railroad company.
The railroad,
most of the
British. Yeah, the British.
That's why there's so many English names in South America.
Yeah, the British were everywhere.
Liverpool, Boston River,
River Plate, Boca Juniors. Yeah,
Boca Juniors,
Newell's Old Boys,
capitalists.
All that
English.
because
they went everywhere, all around the world.
And then when
they set up the telegraph lines.
And with all respect to my Rio de la Plata brothers from Uruguay and Argentina.
It's like Boavista.
They cannot pronounce English, brother.
That's another example.
Yeah, Boavista was an English name too.
Yeah, it's you know how it's in England. It's always like Chelsea FC, Manchester.
That's why
United
it's Boavista
FC.
Football Club.
That's why it's Boavista FC.
Yeah, over the years it was changed to Football Club in Portuguese, but they kept the BFC.
Yeah.
And the Braga now, Braga has the Arsenal.
They have the Arsenal kit. Yeah, same reason.
The guy like the
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
They were green and white when they started. They were like Sporting, but they became Braga when somebody went to England and saw Arsenal play or something and brought back kits. Yeah.
I think it was a president or something. But anyway, guys. We're coming to the end of the show here. We're rocking it out, buddy. We got up to 81.
Giving history lessons.
We wanted to get we could get triple digits, but it is what it is.
Nino, you got to get a premium service so they can stay to listen to the history lesson after we put it behind the paywall.
Yeah.
All right. We'll try. We'll figure something out. Guys. And so, all right, guys. Since we don't, all right, I wanna do this with you guys. Since we don't have the next round, we cannot do the predictions for the next round. Jesus, this freaking commercials here. All right, I want you to help me with this. We're gonna go with the CONMEBOL matches.
Okay.
We're gonna put predictions.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're gonna put prediction with that, and the scores is gonna be a loaded Thursday. Everybody plays on Thursday, but us, we play on Friday night, baby. Friday night lights, all for Peru and Uruguay.
All right.
And on Thursday, Mikey, you got the games in there, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Colombia goes to El Alto. That's the first one. What Nino? What time is it in Bolivia if it's 4 p.m. here in the U.S. on the East Coast?
It's an hour ahead of the East Coast.
So it's later.
Yeah.
In Bolivia. Okay. I was gonna say it's an early kickoff. Okay, so Bolivia hosts Colombia first.
Okay. Colombia.
I go Bolivia. I think Bolivia.
You think Bolivia? I'll say a draw.
I think Colombia goes in there and wins 1-0.
Nice. Colombia's so solid. Colombia's they're playing awesome, man. All right. What's the next one?
Paraguay.
Ecuador, Paraguay in Quito. It's still the altitude. It's not that bad. It's only, I think it's 10,000. Quito is like 10,000.
Only 10,000 feet.
But I went there. I'm sure, bro. I went to Quito, and you know what's crazy? Just quick story, guys. This the story that you guys don't know. I'm gonna share this since we're in the history channel right now.
Uh-oh.
We've lost him. He's gone to Quito.
It's behind the paywall.
Yeah. At least it was like a really good freeze frame of him.
There he is.
We're back.
Okay, you're back.
All right, 2001.
Yeah.
My buddy and I decided to go to Quito from Lima, all right, to the World Cup qualifiers, Ecuador versus Peru in Quito.
Mm-hmm.
So we went on a trip, 35 hours, man, 35 hours road trip.
Oh, nice.
Kind
of things I do.
From Lima to Quito. We went there. I don't know how many buses we took. I think like 4.
Yeah.
And by the time we got to Quito, I was like, okay, we're gonna adjust to the altitude because we're going slowly. Which is you take a plane and you just land there and boom.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't work that way, right?
No. It's just no. I was stepping off the bus and like, what, brother? Let's take a rest for a second. 2 steps and sit down. That's all it was, man. We got to the hotel. We laying on the bed and like, my God. And then the girls that we met there. Oh, guys, you gonna go out? Yeah. Can we go tomorrow? No, I think we went out and with the beers, everything was fine, right? And the other thing on that trip was that Ecuador was changing their currency. They were changing to the dollars.
Oh, wow.
Right? So with $100, listen to this, $100, we went from Lima to Quito, stayed 3 nights, and came back with change.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Wow.
In a hotel, partying, it was awesome.
Man, that's
I feel rich. I was so rich, man. We were outside the stadium buying beers, and I pull up a 20, and the guy at the store was like, I never saw a 20. I never saw $20. This is too much. They keep it there, brother. Just keep bringing the beer, buddy, for everyone.
Yeah.
Beers for everyone from the Peruvians. And like,
all right.
It was one of the best road trips in my life. All right, next stop. Oh no,
we never picked Ecuador and Paraguay. We just talked about the history trip.
Yeah, it's the return of Gustavo Alfaro to Quito. Gonna take Ecuador. Ecuador is gonna take it 2-1 Ecuador.
I'll say 2-0 Ecuador.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 2-0 Ecuador.
Yeah.
2-0 Ecuador. All right.
All right. Let's go back to the other screen. Venezuela, Argentina.
Oh
boy.
And I know they were worried about Messi getting out of Florida with the hurricane hitting tomorrow night. So I don't know.
They lost in the last game with Colombia. Argentina's not gonna lose, man.
No, I can't see it either. It would make it interesting, but I can't see it.
Venezuela,
I think it's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 2-1 Argentina. And of course, Mauricio Ruan is laughing about my glasses. Now my glasses.
In better shape this week. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2-1 also.
That's going to be 3-for-3. I'm going to go 2-1 Argentina.
Yeah, I think Rondon's going to score for Venezuela, but that's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's next, Mike?
Next is Chile, Brazil. In Chile. Brazil is struggling.
Anything can happen in that game, brother.
They
should never struggle.
They shouldn't. It makes
I know.
Against anybody. I don't care who it is.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I don't get it.
They have a front three of Vinicius. Last game was the last starting 11. They had Vinicius, Endrick, and Rodrigo. 3 Real Madrid guys in the front three. And they're struggling.
Because they're I don't know what to
I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, it's a huge country.
Yeah,
and they are insane about the game.
Yeah,
even the dogs play soccer, man, better than me.
Yeah, that starting 11 should be just players from top clubs. They should never have a problem with anybody, but they always have a problem.
Yeah.
That boggles my brain.
I think they're gonna draw. Chile's gonna get a point here.
Yeah, I'm thinking, brother.
And it's gonna be a fight. Listen to this. Remember this. It's gonna be at least 1 or 2 red cards in that game.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
1 or 2 red cards in that game. If you're gonna put money down, guys, go for the red cards in that game because
it won't fit 11 on 11. No way.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy that game. I'll say 2-2 in that game. 2-2.
Right. Yeah, I'll say 1-1, but I'm
gonna go 1-1. Yeah.
What's next, Mikey?
It's your game, Peru and Uruguay.
Oh no!
Who's Uruguay got here?
They got Maxi.
They do have Maxi. He started in the last one.
We haven't scored like forever. I think we haven't scored a goal for the national team in 6 months.
You will score.
I'm gonna put 2 on this night. 2-1 Peru, baby.
Ooh.
Don't laugh at me.
Not laughing.
Go with your picks.
I'm thinking.
Say your numbers.
In honor of Nino, I'm going to go 2-1 for Peru as well.
To be different, Mikey. I'll say 3-2 Peru.
I hope
we'll go with Peru.
That's a lot of goals, man. That's gonna happen. That's a lot of goals. But if that happens, Mikey, I don't know, man. If that happens, we gotta do something about it, man. I'm gonna call you, man. I'm gonna call you.
That's a tough opponent.
That's a tough opponent, yeah.
Oh yeah, Uruguay is tough. Uruguay is always tough.
And they have these.
And we saw in Copa America, they'll go into the stands if they need to. So
I know.
Because they're a pretty tiny country.
It's remarkable that
they have
strong as they are.
4 million people, man.
Yeah.
4 million people. They have 4 world champions, man.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's crazy. It really is what they've been able to accomplish.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is the end of the show for tonight. We're not gonna be on. Jesus, man. We're gonna.
Weeks, yeah.
What are we doing next week, man? All right. If something cool happens over the weekend or over this crazy international FIFA break, we'll call next week. But maybe, most likely, we're not.
Take a bye.
So back 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how it plays out. All right.
Yep.
For tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you, guys.
See you on Tuga Tuesday. So
Tuga Tuesday. All right, guys.
Next time.
All right, guys.
See you.